I always knew that he was acting because that was one of the last scenes that we filmed, and up to that point,
where we were arguing.
Yeah.
Right.
Up to that point, he was always so nice to me. He was always so sweet and kind ever since I met him when I first auditioned. So I knew that he was acting.
There has to be a point where you lose yourself into the role, too, as an actress, right? And you become that character.
There is.
You become Peyton.
Yeah, there's a lot of scenes, and I really like Peyton because I love to dance, I love dogs, so it was really kind of easy for me to play her because I'm so much like her. But the things like she sneaked over to her dad's apartment all by herself, like those things, I wouldn't really do those.
You're a good person.
I will say this, to Madison's credit, these scenes, first of all, comedy is difficult with nuances and timing and things like that. She was wonderful to work with just in terms of her comedy. Timing was great. But then in the movie, as you saw, there's a lot of emotional scenes where, this as a child actor, you have to evoke these emotions. So you have, and especially when they're real, you have to go to a place that's going to allow you to be that emotional. And there are many ways and techniques to get somebody to cry, an actor to cry. But I got to say, I watched Madison cry in that one scene, and there was no help. Nothing was manufactured to make her cry, and she was crying on her own. And as a parent, it was crushing me to see her cry. But to her credit as an actress, as soon as Andy yelled, "Okay, cut," she was, "Okay, where's my dolls? Okay, great, dolls, wonderful."
That was one of the most hard scenes. You're talking about the one in the hospital, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
You
that
did
was one of
very
the
well.
most
That
challenging
was good.
scenes for me.
And the Oscar goes to.
Is that one of your favorite scenes, or do you have a favorite scene in the film?
It is one of my favorite scenes because I remember how much
Emotion?
emotion that I went through that day to get to where I did for the scene. And I was very proud of myself when I saw that scene because it was the first time I ever cried in a movie or TV show, and I was really nervous about that day, so I was proud to see it when it was all edited up and everything.
We were all proud. It reminds me of Ricky Nelson. You can't please everybody, so you got to please yourself.
And on that same note, as we're kind of wrapping all this up, critics tend to have a problem with family films.
Sure. It's interesting.
For some reason,
know.
if something touches them, they don't like to feel.
I know.
Do you have any, while we're on the air here, do you have any thoughts for parents who are going to take their kids to this movie?
Yeah, I'm very encouraging when it comes to parents. We've been talking to parents all across the country, by the way, who and telling them that this is their type of movie. Not only will parents love the adult humor and the cockiness and the bravado of the character I got to play and have a lot of fun in, but there's a great family message in this movie, a great strong message, and that's a great thing about Disney. You can bet your hard-earned dollar that you're gonna have some sort of loss that the child is going to have to deal with, but it's through that loss that they learn and that they overcome, and there's a strong family message in that, and the family message is there's nothing more important than family, and you got to take care of your family, and I love that, and that's a message to families. And what's interesting too about critics that you bring that up is when they do get touched emotionally, they have especially with family movies where the first thought out of their head and out of their mouth certainly is, well, it's very formulaic, very formulaic. Well, somebody passes away and then they it's a happy ending. Happy endings are good.
Yeah.
We get enough drama in our daily life. I like to go to movies that have happy endings.
I want to thank you both for your time.
Thank you. She was great.
And we'll see you again soon. I hope for both of you.
Absolutely.
I hope
you.
so.
Thank you.
We're done? Good. Oh,
Easy, wonderful.
see, that wasn't so terrible, was it? Aaron is over here. What do you think?
Sir, pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Good seeing you.
Good to see you.